Alright guys, this one's going to be Do Night Review today. This one's going to be Do Night Review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another discussion video for today for the Walking Dead franchise. A quick little mention, by the way, before we get into the video. I've had a few people asking me whether or not we're going to be doing another Walking Dead Q&A soon. We will be doing that very soon, probably at the beginning of this upcoming week. So just, stay patient with me. But it will be probably early this upcoming week. So if you have any Q&A comments, you can either leave them here or you can leave them in a community post, and I'm probably going to be doing it another day or so later as well. So just figured I'd mention that because there's been a few people that have been asking. But did they wait too long to do the Walking Dead reunion? I want to ask you guys that. And do we think it is taking them too long? And I want to go into that because I think the biggest thing with any TV show, any entertainment, is timing. There is a time and a place to do certain things, and there's times where you're going to get the biggest reaction out of anybody, and then there's other times where you'll get somewhat of a reaction, and then there's times where you're not going to get anything because nobody cares, right? Now, for the Walking Dead universe right now, based on the interest I've seen from the fans over the last year or two, roughly or so, I will say this. I have seen, it has not been an outstanding amount of fans that are left. It has not been. I also wouldn't say it's dead. Like, I wouldn't say there's nobody that wants to see this. There's definitely an audience for it, you guys being an example of people that want to see it. But do I think it's, going to be, the groundbreaking thing when this Walking Dead reunion happens? Do I think it's going to be, as big as the Avatar movie was when it came out, or as big as Avengers Doomsday is when they're, pumping out their teasers and stuff, you know what I mean? And when that movie releases this year? I don't think so. And you know why? Because they waited too long, and I do believe they did. I believe the Walking Dead universe should have had a crossover right after The Ones Who Live, because it should have been The Ones Who Live. That's the thing. This reunion series, as much as I'm happy that they're doing it, it always makes me kind of laugh every time I hear about it. I kind of can't help myself, because I'm like, this should have just been The Ones Who Live. Why was this not The Ones Who Live, And even if it wasn't the first season, make a second Ones Who Live season, and then do it there, and then you're done. You know what I mean? They literally had the most popular, hyped-up Walking Dead spinoff of all time in the palm of their hands, which was The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. It was literally at the Super Bowl damn near 2 years ago at this time, and they said, after the Super Bowl, stay tuned for a brand new teaser. That's how big this damn show was. That's how excited people were for The Ones Who Live. You had the audience, including myself, back in the palm of their hand, and they decided not to do anything with it. And I can tell that is what kind of killed the, I must watch it right away thing from the fans, Now it's all about the diehard fans, the ones that stand by it, which there's not as many left. They're going to watch it day one. Same with me. When the reunion series happens, I'm going to do it. But I'm talking about the grander scale. I'm talking about after the Super Bowl type of fame, at that type of excitement for this, Do I think they waited too long? Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why. It's very cool that they're doing the reunion. It's very cool that they're doing it. I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be exciting. But there was nothing like seeing Andrew Lincoln walk back out on stage for the first time in years. That's not going to have the same effect this time. People are going to be like, oh, they're bringing him back again because they couldn't conclude him right the last time? Gotcha. That's going to be the answer. That's going to be the response, And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. You want to catch the audience when it's a really exciting time. And right now, I don't think The Walking Dead has that. I don't. I think these spinoffs have kind of taken people out of it. I know a lot of people have given up while Daryl Dixon and Dead City have been airing. There's been a lot of reaction channels I watch and review channels I watch that have bailed from it while these spinoffs have been airing because they're bored, and I don't blame them, honestly. And even though I'm pretty bored of them too, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still holding on because I want to see the reunion. But it's because I'm such a diehard Walking Dead fan. The average viewer, I can tell, has given up on The Walking Dead, and that sucks. It's literally just down to the super fans. That's all it is. It's not down to, everybody anymore. And I think that's why I say they waited too long. They had everybody coming back for The Ones Who Live. It was big. It was a big deal 2 years ago. I remember it. Now I can kind of tell, people are like, Like, I think if they announced a Rick show or like a reunion show these days, people would be like, we'll see if that's any good, you know? Like, I think that's the mindset now, you know? And it's sad because I would be excited for it, but I don't think many people would be. Like, the diehard fans, and maybe a few, but like, not all those people that they had a few years ago. And that's their mistake, because they should have done The Ones Who Live continuing on with the second season, where you then introduce Morgan, you bring Daryl back into it, you know what I mean? You bring all the characters into it. The Ones Who Live was literally the cliffhanger note of the original Walking Dead. When Rick had his hands up at the end of the original series, he said, "We're the ones who live." Almost making it seem like The Ones Who Live was like the proper sequel to the end of The Walking Dead. And for a time it was. And then it didn't go anywhere, you know what I mean? And now I can tell the fans are kind of fed up and they're like, oh, okay, it must be over. That was kind of abrupt, but it seems like it's over, you know what I mean? Not realizing there is still plot left, and that's why they're planning a crossover series right now, because they know that there's things that people are still looking for, you know what I mean? So though I support them for listening to the fans, it's kind of unfortunate to say this, I think the hardcore fans is all we're going to have left by the time this comes out, which is, it's fine, but that's why I say it's going to be like one season. They're going to get it done, you know, just for the hardcore fans, which, hey, I appreciate that. But you had the audience at the palm of your hand and you let it go. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's unfortunate, because I think if they would have just made this reunion series The Ones Who Live Season 2, I think people would have been interested. And even if they waited 2 years, like let's say it was coming out later this year, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. If you would have finished The Ones Who Live and confirmed that a second season with, you know, other brand new characters and older returning characters are returning in Season 2 of The Ones Who Live coming in 2026, I guarantee that would have been more exciting, because The Ones Who Live would have been finished and you would have made people come back for the second and other season of The Ones Who Live, and then people have been like, oh, there's more Rick? Oh, shoot, in 2 years, I'll be there, you know what I mean? But now it's been so long since The Ones Who Live without them doing anything that it kind of feels like now if they were to announce it, people would be like, oh, another new show? Really? We just did this, you know what I mean? So, it's unfortunate. The hardcore fans is what's left, and it's very sad. But I figured I'd acknowledge it, because I do think they took too long. I definitely think they took too long for this. So, anyway, post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. Do you think they took too long, or do you think they took the right amount of time and you think the franchise is going great right now? Let me know. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.